I'm Danny.
I'm LaShonda.
We are Barely Fish. We're going to talk about... I'm a Jacksepticeye fan. I'm also a Markiplier fan. I don't believe that one should exclude the other, so you can be fans of both, and it's fine.
Yay, inclusion.
Let's talk about that. So you know how people are like pro something, and thus they must be anti another thing?
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I have a really deep passion, I guess that is the word. I have a really deep passion about relationships and unity. I put that into things that I write, charities I want to support, and viewpoints I want to support, unification, coexistence. A little bit about my background. I am a Christian, hands down, since I was basically born. You can feel free to ask me questions about my Christianity. I take no offense at that. But at the same time, something to note is there's a lot of stigma about Christians, and the stigma is exclusion. Unfortunately, I feel like my people have become more known for what they hate rather than how they love. I despise that. I despise that from the absolute core of my being. I believe that we should be known, all people in general should be known more for how we love. That should be our deciding factor as to, if we want to connect with you or not, is like how you love. On that topic that I've veered off of, there are pro-X movements that by base design were meant to promote or overcome a horrible hatred or exclusion that was forced on them. In that essence, I'm all for. I'm like, good, get your voice out. But the side effect is that a lot of people in that end up reciprocating instead the hatred that they were shown toward the people who were showing that hatred. And I don't feel like that accomplishes any good change.
It's just a big circle, to be honest. It's just a big circle of giving hate, taking hate. It's very counterproductive.
So what can we do about it? It's a tough question because our gear is to reciprocate a wrong with, well, let me let you feel what that wrong felt like.
Yeah, it's your immediate reaction. We don't take time to process anymore. And I'm guilty of that a lot. That's what I'm working on. I'm guilty of taking an emotion someone may have intentionally or unintentionally made me feel and been like, first reaction, you feel the same way.
Right.
Instead of being like, okay, process, this is what they could have meant, this is what I might have meant to make me angry, but this is how else I could take it and like flip it, put less negativity out, because no one needs more negativity in their life, especially from other people when you probably already have your own stuff going, you know what I mean?
And we were talking about a culture where instead of immediately putting somebody into jail or executing them or something like that, it was a tribe, and I cannot remember what this tribe is, and I'm so sorry. I've heard the story. She and I are not legit historians. Here tells of... I mean, we're very learned though. We know how to spell fish correctly. So we're legit intellectuals. Should we play Go Fish that way one day? I'm sorry, that's a tangent.
We open it just
Go Fish. But there's this culture, whatever, that I've heard this story about. True or fiction, the point remains that these people would encircle the criminal or the person who did wrong with the rest of the members of the tribe, and they would spend days speaking to that person about all the good things that they are and the good things that they can do and the good things that they can be. And they would spend a week doing this to reinforce the good instead of immediate condemnation. It would transform that person, allow that person to be their better self. We were talking about how beautiful that concept is, but then how practical would it be?
Yeah. I said that it's easy to say that you enjoy that thought because yes, giving someone a chance, giving them room to breathe, give them hope again, But when you imagine that if you're on the other end of the crime that they committed, it is so hard and so driven into our being so far, at least I could say, to not forgive, to have forgiveness be in the back of your mind, or so far in the back of your mind that it's not even there. Like, they deserve to pay because they took from me. They owe me something, or they need to give something because they took it from me, you know? They're like, there's no way for me to forgive them. If I forgive them, that's giving them even more. And that's like them winning, and they don't want to see that. People, I can't even say they, because I do it too. A lot of people don't want to see that. So they're like, what's the best course of action? Make them pay right now. Make them go to jail. Make them take this consequence and that consequence, which just feeds more hate. No one's gonna back a system that rewards that bad behavior. They're so caught up on the feeling, the initial feeling of hate.
What if there was a way to fuse the two? What if there was a way to spend time and do penitence and then plead, you know, like, okay, for instance, how strongly do you believe in life sentences? How strongly do you believe in execution?
I can't.
And it's what's difficult, I think what the real question should be is, how strongly do you believe in humanity? I think we've lost a good amount of faith in humanity, and having lost that means nobody is held up to that. And I think that's the base problem. Because we don't have faith in good things, we don't see good things. You want to know more? You want to know about my mind?
Absolutely.
I think my mind is a scary place, especially since it's coming out in this ridiculous accent that I don't know where it's coming from.